is ABC 7 at 6.
A lot of residents are now forced to pick up the pieces of their properties after overnight intense flooding. We have, like you can see, complete coverage with the latest information, including stories from those affected. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us here at ABC 7 at 6. I'm Marcel Clark.
And I'm Paul Seacall. Recovery efforts are underway in Vado after heavy rainfall began Tuesday night. The area is in between El Paso and Las Cruces, and here's what we know so far. Search and rescue crews saved nearly 20 people, including pets, from floodwaters. 2 people were taken to the hospital with minor injuries, and Doña Ana County says 110 homes were affected. Power has since returned to the community, and electricity outage affected hundreds overnight.
Well, many Vado residents woke up to water in their homes. ABC 7's Lauren Bly walked through some of these homes and joins us live with what she saw. Lauren?
Stand by.
Marcel, well, what I saw was a lot of damage that was left behind. Behind me is Jesus Salvero's home, and he said when he went to bed last night it was raining, but he didn't think much of it. But when he woke up in the middle of the night, he stepped into about a foot of water.
Iba subiendo el agua.
Salcedo said when he woke up at 3 a.m. he found almost a foot of water covering his floor. He said it seemed like the water kept rising and rising.
Nunca había pasado esto.
He'd never seen anything like it before. As we walked through his home, he showed us the things that were damaged, including this couch and this stack of books. Just to give you an idea of how high this water got in Salcedo's house, let's take a look at this cabinet over here. I mean, it got about a foot off the ground. You can see that water line mark where it stopped.
I've lived here my whole life and never seen nothing like this.
Next door lives Lupita Sanchez. When Sanchez walked out of her front door and saw the flooding in the daylight, she said she was shocked to see the damage. This is Sanchez's backyard. You can see dirt and debris everywhere and just how hard it is to walk through. She told us worrying about her friends and family kept her up all night.
It's scary. I mean, I see all my neighbors. It was just scary. It was really scary.
But she says thankfully everyone was okay and what was damaged is replaceable.
It's material stuff. I mean, it's just our land.
Which Salcedo echoes.
No hubo más pérdidas materiales nada más, pero pérdidas humanas todo bien.
Now, where I was standing before was in front of Mr. Salcedo's house, and it was almost completely dry, but I'm in front of Miss Sanchez's house now, and as you can see, the water, this is my ankle, and the water is just about up to my ankle. Now, all the residents I've spoken to say they're happy that everything they lost was material. Reporting live with our New Mexico Mobile Newsroom in Vado, New Mexico, Lauren Bly, ABC 7.
All right, thanks a lot, Lauren. While some areas had homes and yards flooded during the heaviest of the rains, others still have feet of water covering the ground this afternoon. ABC 7's Andrew J. Polk is live with more. Andrew?
Paul and Marcel, residents of some of these lowest lying areas tell me this was some of the worst flooding they've seen since Storm 2006, nearly 20 years ago. And you can still see there is still feet of water all over their property, and they're concerned about what it's going to take to get that water off their property and what's in it. Landowner Jesus Nelasco says the water standing on his land up to his knees is dangerous, with concerns about mosquitoes that have diseases. He also says there's a lot of trash in the water, so much trash in water that they need help to remove it. Friends and family were on the property today to dig a hole in the flooded area to try to place a pump and remove it. Doña Ana County officials say it should drain over the coming days, but they're still assessing the damage. The county manager says they are taking into consideration people who have to buy their own pumps or other tools for recovery, and will be holding an emergency meeting Thursday.
I've discussed with at least 3 board members some sort of displacement fee, something that we can, for those that are spending money out of pocket and are dealing with these horrible environments.
But for Jesus, the possibility of more rains is still a worry. He says that if it rains again, they'll need to remove the water so it won't get into their homes again. And those contamination fears are very real. There's a lot of livestock on the lots basically to either side of where we're standing right now, and there's a lot of manure, and the smell has increased as the day has gotten harder, and some of this, but definitely not all of it, has dried out. So reporting in Vado with our New Mexico Mobile Newsroom, Andrew J. Polk, ABC 7.
Thank you so much, Andrew, for that report. ABC 7's Ty Marshburn spoke with one resident who says despite seeing flooding in the area before, they've never seen flooding get this bad. She joins us live. And Ty, what can you tell us?
Well, Marcel, as you can see behind me, there's one horse left, but the owner tells me that they started off with 9, but he's been moving them all day out of fear of them drinking this water. Now, when we drove up, we see many residents with mud up to their knees shoveling their driveway. This footage shows a man attempting to remove trash that was blocking the drain. One resident who didn't want to be on camera says she noticed the water building up outside her home around 9 last night. She says she's lived here since 2009. She says although she's seen the water building up outside, she never imagined it would enter her home. Her and her husband had to leave after a neighbor called them to say that the water was coming inside from behind.
We thought we were going to wing it, but then we saw the water coming in, and then I told my husband, you know what, we're going to get electrocuted. Let's get out of here and go. So that's what we did. But nothing like this has ever happened. Nothing. We've had rain, and it doesn't go inside the house.
And coming up on ABC 7 at 10, one resident shares what she thinks the city can do about this issue. Reporting live from Vado with our New Mexico Mobile Newsroom, Tyann Marshburn, ABC 7.
All right, thanks a lot for that update, Tyann. Doña Ana County has created a call center to help connect Vado residents to available resources. The center is open from 8 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon. Residents can dial up 211. As a reminder, the Vado Community Center remains open for residents to take shelter as well.
Well, so much taking place. Let's get to your storm track weather. We're tracking some rain showers that we could see parts in the week.
That's right. Here's your first forecast from ABC 7 Storm Tracker, Olivia Vera.
Hi, Paul. Hi, Marcel. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. You can see we've had quite a bit of flooding in areas from that rainfall, and you can take a look at these past 24 hours. We have seen up to around 2 inches, a little bit more in the past 24 hours. This is in Vado and that area over there. Of course, if there's any drain blockages or anything like that, that water will flood many houses and lead to flooding in that area as well. But looking ahead here, though, a drier pattern is going to be heading our way. We can expect those storms to, although be scattered across the region, not be accumulating so much of that rainfall, and those hotter temperatures are on their way as well. And Vado is not the only one that experienced some flooding recently. You can see here out in Socorro a good amount of rain as well. So looking like we'll take a little bit of a break from that rain.